fellow degens. Welcome to the PayTheMan podcast. Spoiler alert. We provide the worst possible picks on the internet. Featuring your favorite hosts, Jay Grimm and Jay Wiz.
Yo, welcome back. PayTheMan episode 11. We got our boy here, Eryk, your boy Anders.
What's going on,
man?
fellas?
How are you, Eryk?
Just hanging out in the hotel, man. They got us in here quarantining and whatnot. So, just
how's that Vegas life?
Oh, man, we're here for business right now, but Saturday night, we'll be out and about.
Love to hear it.
So let's talk about that Saturday. Once again, you're fighting on the main card, big card Saturday, and you're fighting up against a guy, Antonio Arroyo, who we've seen fight twice in the Contender Series, but he only has one fight in the UFC. He's 0-1. What are your thoughts on him as an opponent, and how do you see the fight playing out?
Man, I think he's a tough guy. I'm sure he, is well trained. I'm pretty sure he trains at Jackson Wink. So I know he's well trained, has great training partners, and will be very prepared for this fight. But I just think that I bring in a totally different skill set. I'm a totally different animal than the guys he's fought before. So I just look to go out there and be me and implement my will. And I really like that we're fighting in a small cage. He likes to play off his back foot. He moves a lot. So I think the smaller cage is benefits me more.
Absolutely. So you took this fight in short notice, I think 2 weeks to be exact, right? So you took it on short notice, and you fought at light heavyweight before, and I know you're back at middleweight now. How's the weight going for you right now?
Oh, it's good, man. To be honest with you, I'm actually lighter now than I typically am at this point, so, that's good. That's always reassuring because for me, the fight's the fun part. That's the reward for going through all the bullshit between the time you accept the fight and, all the training and stuff. Then you get to go out there and have fun. So, the weight cut, and I'm sure for everybody, for every fighter, it's the same. It's just it's the sucky part of the game, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I actually want to ask you about that. When everyone says that's the fun part, right? Because I know it's your job. You're a professional fighter. You've done it so many times. But as just a fan of MMA, who's never, I'm sure you could tell, never competed in mixed martial arts. What is it like making that walk out into the octagon? Because at the end of the day, it's still a fist fight, right? Like what is that feeling?
Yeah. Well, I know what I signed up for, and hopefully the guy across the cage there knows what he signed up for. So. This is not my first rodeo. This will be my 11th UFC fight. I think my 18th professional fight. I had like 23 amateur fights, 24 amateur fights. So now we're coming up on, 40, 50 fights, So I truly enjoy fighting. Like it's a pleasure for me. And, I'm one of those dudes, just tell me when to be there and I'll be there, So yeah, it's the reward,
Because I know some guys like Cowboy Cerrone says it doesn't matter how long he's been fighting. It's always tough making that walkout. Sometimes your head's playing tricks with you. I mean, Mike Tyson, one of the baddest heavyweights ever, he said he didn't even like the fight. GSP, arguably the greatest MMA fighter of all time, he said, I didn't even enjoy fighting. So it gets easier for you?
Man, I find it really hard to believe that those guys say that they don't like fighting. Of course they like fighting, regardless of what they say. If they didn't like it, they would go find something else to do at the earliest opportunity. Mike Tyson made $30 million in a night. You think if he didn't like fighting that he would go do something else? That's like generation money. I know that, he didn't do very well with his money or whatnot, but if they ever hand your boy $30 million for anything I didn't like doing, I'm done with doing whatever it is. So, yeah, I think that, I'm not saying that it's like you're going on the roller coaster like, woo, but it's, that a lot of shit can go wrong in there, but you're prepared. And I think that's what guys are most nervous about. It's not even like getting hit or anything like that. It's like getting embarrassed or losing or getting head kick knocked out, getting knocked out by a head kick. I think that's what those guys are nervous about. And I can't sit here and say that, like, I don't think about that. And like, it doesn't cross my mind that shit can go really wrong in there. And it has for me before, but it is what it is, man. You got to take the wins and the losses. So, for me, I think if I just go out there and do what I've done and have shown that I can do in previous fights, that, I'm going to be on the A side more often than not.
My next thing would be, like you said, you're scared of being in somebody's highlight reel, right? You don't want to be a part of a spinning back kick knockout or something. But even those leg kicks, man, like you guys walk right through them. They gotta hurt. But like,
dude, like, man, you have so many like chemicals and shit.
The adrenaline,
and I'm sure there's other stuff going on in there that like dulls pain. But man, I don't think that I've ever been hit in a fight and be like, oh shit, that hurt. And sparring all the time, because it's more natural. You don't have that fight or flight response going on in sparring, But in a fight, like I've broken my hand in a fight, and man, still kept throwing that motherfucker because
wow.
I'm out here trying to win, and maybe that's just me. I don't know, but I really don't think that I broke my face in a fight, and I went to the corner after the round and told my coach, I was like, dude, I think that he broke my face. And yeah, it was, I broke my face in 4 places before. Jeez. But, I still went out there and, finished and actually won the fight. So, I really don't feel a whole lot, to be honest. Like, yeah, boom, a thud. Like I got hurt, I got hit, I can tell, but it's not like, oh shit, I can't fight no more, So, maybe I'm just different. I don't know.
And that's interesting because you would never want your corner to step in and say like, oh, you're taking too much damage or your face is broken, because we've seen some controversy in the past between corners. Like Deontay Wilder got upset that his corner threw in the towel. How would you feel about that?
Man, I've had that conversation with my coach before. I've told him if he ever threw in the towel, regardless of the situation, like, I'm done. I can't never fight for you no more. So, yeah, it's a conversation we have. There's a ref in there, that's his job. That's the ref's job, I don't ever want to be saved by somebody who from outside the octagon, and, right. I've been, plenty, fucked up in there, but, I think Roundtree dropped me 4 times, and, going into that 3rd round, the commissioner was on my face. Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you want to stop the fight? Nah, dude, I'm straight. Get out of my face. So yeah, nah. If I'm getting TKO'd or whatever, and the ref stops the fight, then that's part of the game too. But man, I don't ever want it to come from the fight to stop because someone, not the ref. Yeah,
right. So let's rewind a little bit. And I know you played in college for Alabama, arguably. I mean, when you think college football, you think Alabama.
Oh, baby, come on now. There's no argument. You know what's up, man.
So you won a national title. I mean, what was that experience like?
Oh, man, it was pretty surreal, to be honest with you, because like the story couldn't have been written any better for me personally. I'm from Texas. Texas was my squad. Ricky Williams and Vince Young were like my guys growing up, like especially Ricky Williams. And then I was actually a freshman in college when Vince Young like single-handedly won the Rose Bowl against USC in 05. And that was my school, and that's where I wanted to go. They were LSU, but I didn't get any offers. So Bama was like one of the only 4 schools that offered me. So, and then we weren't very good at first. I think the first season we went 10-3. Then the next 2 seasons we went 500. Shula gets fired. Saban comes in, and my senior year we played Texas in the Rose Bowl, probably the most like well-known and bowl site of them all. Like everybody knows about the Rose Bowl. And then, I had that game-winning sack, or,
Fumble, right?
At the end. So for me, man, you couldn't have wrote the story any better. And it's probably the best game I played. Led the team in tackles, had a stat in probably every major defensive statistical category except for interception. So, for me, it was perfect. And it's like, man, you can't script that. That just, I don't believe in fate or destiny or whatever. I kind of, you make your own luck kind of thing. But, it was super cool to play and beat Texas, being from Texas and wanting to go to Texas as a kid and, basically getting shut down by Texas. So I played that game with a little chip on my shoulder, I think.
Man, it's a real fuck you to them that they didn't offer you anything.
Yeah. And I was hurt most of the season. Like I had messed my ankle up. So I wasn't even playing it 100%. And then I got sick on bull week. So I think I played that game at like 218 pounds,
Wow.
So playing, basically defensive end. And, but I was healthy. I felt good on game day. So, it was perfect. Literally.
So you got 1 year under Saban, you said?
I played for three.
Under
years.
Saban? Was it
Yeah, the first season we went, 500 or 7-6 or something like that. Then we went 12-2, lost to Tebow, who ended up winning the championship, then got smacked by Utah. And then the third year we went undefeated.
That's crazy. You got to play with guys like Julio Jones and Mark Ingram, right?
Oh, yeah. Trent Richardson, Julio Jones, Rolando McClain, Terrence Cody.
It's crazy.
Kareem Jackson, who's still, I think this will be his 10th or 11th year in the maybe 12th year. I don't know. He's been in the NFL a long time.
So I want to ask you, a guy who's played with Mark Ingram, Trent Richardson, some of the, first round NFL talent, Marcel Darius, Julio, you said you played against a guy like Tim Tebow. Even in the in UFC, you fought guys like Thiago Santos, Leo Machida. Is there a story that comes to mind of a guy that you're like, wow, that guy's just different? Like he's just a freak athlete.
Oh, Julio's probably the best athlete I've ever seen. Him and Mark Barron are probably the two best athletes and hardest working athletes. That's why Julio's always so hurt, because he practices too hard, But people always ask me who'd be the best MMA fighter out of all the guys that you played with. And it would be Marcel, but that guy's 350. They don't got a weight class for him. He's never seen 260. It's over.
Big boy.
Yeah, but I think Mark Barron would probably be the best. He has all the attributes. His arms are super long, powerful guy, can run, jump, do everything. And he's from the hood. So, I think that he would make a fantastic, he just has that grit. He don't say much, but if you ever watch him play, man, you see he's downhill. And it's usually the defensive guys that make that transition into MMA anyways, just because of that mindset and tenacity. But I would have liked to see that guy fight and do MMA.
Do you think more guys could do it? Like Greg Hardy the other day said, these heavyweights can't compete with him. He's seen the scariest dudes at 350 pounds on the offensive line.
You talking about Greg Hardy?
Yeah, I'm saying, do you think like more NFL guys would be able to transition easily or easier?
Man, probably not the NFL guys, the ones who had like lasting careers. But I think the college guys who don't make it, kind of like my situation, guys that are, they're good athletes. Maybe they're a little undersized. Maybe they, got in some trouble or whatever. But, for whatever reason, football doesn't work out for them. These guys, they don't want to work a desk job. That's what made me want to get into fighting. I was sitting at a desk just pissed off and bored. And, just rinse, repeat, go home, eat, come home, or go to work, just doing the same shit over and over again. A lot of these guys, they're not built for that. They've been lifelong athletes, and at 22, 23, 24, 25 years old, man, you're still young, So I think those are the guys you're going to start seeing. Because those guys who play for a while, the Julio Jones and stuff, man, they got so much money or should have so much money. They're not going to do anything, but hopefully like invest that money and let their money make money. So I think it's going to be the college guys or the guys who play a year or two in the NFL. You're not going to see a whole lot of all pros like Greg Hardy, you know, but we all know his situation and why because that dude would still be in the NFL playing.
Right.
You know, if you know, whatever happened didn't happen.
And what was that moment like when you decided, okay, I'm going to move away from football and start training mixed martial arts?
Well, man, you know, it wasn't like a seamless transition. You know, I got picked up by the Browns coming out of college, got cut, went to Canada, got cut, played a year of arena ball, and you know, I just didn't see the worth anymore. Like I was playing for like $250 a game. You know, I'm donating blood, my plasma, for money. You know, so I was just like, man, this isn't worth it. I already had a kid, so I came back to Alabama, was doing the 9 to 5 thing. Not even 9 to 5. Like I did everything. I cleaned factories. I was a janitor. I cleaned apartments. I worked for Coca-Cola. I worked for the government. Any like kind of job that you could think of, I did it. And man, I was just not happy doing any of those things. So I really just went into a gym to blow off some steam. I wrestled a little bit in high school, so I thought jiu-jitsu was pretty similar to wrestling. Did that for a little bit, then, you know, kind of want to take it to the, you know, see what the boxing like. I wanted to box as a kid, but my mom told me that she didn't want me to get brain damage, but then she lets me go getting, you know, car accidents, you know, 80 times in a 3-hour period. And then, you know, I sparred with Walt Harris my very first day in a MMA gym and got beat up pretty good. And, but I knew that, like, this is what I want to do. Like, if that was my first day, like, it's only going to get better for me from here. You know, I was like, I wasn't very good. You know, obviously I sucked, but I just fell in love with it, dude. Like the one-on-one aspect really turned me on to MMA. Like it was a team atmosphere. I like the camaraderie with the team and whatnot. But when it goes time to compete, like that's me, you know. You know, there's no controller. There's no, oh man, Tom Brady threw 3 picks and that's why we lost. You know, if I lose, man, you know, it's on me. If I win, you know, it's on me. So I thoroughly enjoy that part of the sport.
That's an awesome story. That's all. That's one of a like, you never hear that ever. That's a great story, man. That just turns me into this one question I got right now. We bet. We love Saturdays. They got you as a favor coming into this fight. Do you look at that? Is that something you look at going into fight week, or is that something you don't even care about?
I mean, it's almost impossible not to see it. I don't go looking for it. You know, my wife bets. I bet on fights almost every weekend. So yeah, I've seen the odds and whatnot. So even my kids bet. You know,
that's awesome.
yeah, I got 9 and 10-year-old, but they be hitting though, or they get close to hitting. They'll like bet $11 on an 11 fight parlay and hit 9 of the 11. But dude, they'll hit like 9 out of the 11.
That's the word. That's the thing about those parlays.
Yeah, dude, it'll be like $1 to win 800 or some shit like that, or $1,000, and then their mouth be watering. They just that money is spent before they even got it. It's like, oh man, we're gonna go here. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get that. And then you know, one of those fights fall out, and it's just it traumatizes them.
It sucks when it usually comes down to that last one. So you're all excited, you're like, oh wow, I have a chance, and it's like, oh god.
Yeah. So
but you said you bet every weekend. How's your success?
I'm in the hole right now. I'm in the hole.
join the club.
I don't like betting the favorites though. That's the thing, because the favorites, they don't get you paid. So I'll bet like I bet Shayna Dobson. I forgot who she fought, but she was like a plus like 1,200 underdog, or 900. I think I got her at 900, and she fucked around and won, cashed in. Fuck yeah, hell yeah. That's what keeps me coming back. It don't happen like that too often. Roxanne Modafferi is come through for me.
Yeah,
Macy Barber, right? Yeah. So man, I bet the odds.
So you telling us to fade you this weekend?
What's that?
You telling us to fade you this weekend?
Nah, you better put your boy on the parlay, man.
Yeah. How do we get that nickname, your boy?
That's awesome.
That's just kind of the way I talk, just like that, you know. Just let your boy borrow $5, you know. Let your boy hold something. and it just, I'm not even the only one who does it, I guess, but it just stuck. So,
That's great.
There we are. Your boy.
It just flows.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, that's also the thing with mixed martial arts is like a lot of the times it's one punch, when you're fighting, you could be dominated for 2 rounds and then get caught. And that's why, you like the value in mixed martial arts a lot more than the NFL or especially like baseball. They don't care if they lose the 57th game on a Tuesday night,
Yeah.
So
well, the thing is, like, the same margin of error, like of Tom Brady throwing the interception, that same margin of error in MMA gets you waking up asking, did I win? But this is the thing, man. You already know if you're asking that question, the answer is no. So, but when guys wake up, he's like, "Oh, what happened?"
Yeah.
So
we're going into a new year. It's November soon. Before you know, it'll be 2021. What are your goals for 2021? Because I know you said you wanted to be a little more active. I heard you say because you weren't as active as you would like this year.
Yeah, yeah, I typically like to fight 3-4 times a year. So man, we'll see what happens, man. I don't have any plans for the new year. I want to see what happens with COVID and all this. And I tell you what, man, I would like an opportunity to fight in this little cage as much as possible. So, we'll see what shakes.
You think it definitely plays to your favor?
Yeah, because I'm a pressure fighter. I move forward. And outside of Roundtree and Thiago Santos, all the guys that I've lost to have been like point fighters, and they run away. And the little cage is 24 feet, and the big cage is 30 feet. So man, that's a massive difference between
right.
The size of the cage. So I think that the little cage favors to my style a little bit more. You're
making me want to go lay the juice right now.
What's that?
You're making me want to go put down that 140 to bring back 100 here.
Let's do it, man.
I'm doing it.
I'm fired up.
Minus 140.
Minus 140 right now.
Yeah. Go ahead, throw that hundo down there.
You bet online or you go to the casino? What do you do?
Nah, I bet online. A buddy of mine has a website that I use, and the only thing I don't like about it is you can't make parlays. So sometimes I'll hit up like Bovada or Bet360 or whatever, and put my parlays in.
Yeah, the worst thing though with those is like it's Bitcoin, right? Or you're you can't use like PayPal or Venmo, which sucks. But you're in Vegas now, right? So you use PayPal on those?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, not Bet360, but the website that I typically use is they do PayPal.
Oh, that's awesome. So when you're in Vegas, you're gonna hit the casino before or after if you win, maybe?
Dude, the casino, that's my one vice, dude. If I sit down, I'm leaving broke, and that's what it is. So I don't even sit down at the table anymore.
What are you playing?
I like blackjack.
Yeah.
I tried craps. Not a big fan because I suck at rolling the dice. So I really just put my chips on wherever who's winning puts their chips, and sometimes that works out for you. Roulette, I'm done with that shit. So it's really just blackjack that I play.
You're not allowed to do anything right now, right? They got you tight over there.
Yeah, we're quarantined today. Tomorrow I can go out and do whatever I want. But yeah, we're on ice in here. They got a workout room and shit that we're gonna go hit after this contender series fights, or we'll probably sit in the sauna for a little bit, sweat a little bit, and call it a day. Wait for my test results, do all my media stuff tomorrow, and then take it from there.
How many COVID tests they got you guys doing over there?
That's it. I took one Friday. I took one today. I'll take one Friday. I took when I went to Abu Dhabi with Walt, we took 4 there.
Jesus.
7. Oh yeah, we took 7 COVID tests.
That's insane.
Dude, I've probably tested for COVID 35 times.
Oh my god!
And never tested positive, by the way.
That's some
Boy got
sick
that
shit.
T-cell immunity. I can't catch them.
Do they let you bring any family down, or is it just you and your team?
Yeah, my wife is coming, but I won't see her until after the fight.
Is that the big ticket we hear?
Yeah, he's here.
What's up, big ticket? How are you doing?
What's up, brother?
How are you, man?
Good,
Awesome.
good.
We just kicking it, watching these fights.
Yeah, so we won't hold you too long. We'll let you watch those fights, man. We appreciate you coming on before you went to the media tomorrow. So we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Anytime.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you, and we're gonna lock in those bets. So let's have a weekend.
All right, let's do it.
Awesome,
luck,
man.
man.
Appreciate it. Be good.
You too.